I think we're ready to go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the third episode of the Benito Juárez Dugout Talk. I'm sitting here with three legendary players from the Juárez League. No introduction needed for any of these guys, but Joe Pantoja, Henry Delvalle, El Caballo. Thanks, guys, for being on the show today. I know we've been doing a lot, and this episode I wanted to dedicate it to a little history from the league because, I mean, we're not what we are or who we are without, the past and what, the guys who were here during the heyday and all that. So appreciate you guys coming. I wanted to talk a little baseball, talk about Juárez, talk about your careers, when you guys played, who you played for, just give you guys an opportunity to talk. Joe, you want to start?
Sure. Yeah. First off, I just want to give a shout out to some, family.
Go for it.
San Jose de las Moras, La Barca, and obviously San Agustin. That was my, my first men's league, San Agustin. So shout out to them. I actually, specifically with the Juárez, I came up with, I was like 17, I think, or 18 with Charros.
Yeah.
And then, Charros, Orioles. I got a little taste of the dynasty for a few years. Obviously La Barca, Pirates. So won 7 championships. Seven there, yeah. 2 with La Barca, 2 with Pirates, 1 with Orioles, 1 with Tabasco, and 1 a few years ago with Nuevo León.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Henry, I haven't had that much time to talk to you, but I've heard your name around the league a lot. I've heard great things about you. Obviously, you're wearing the Orioles jacket, so you want to talk a little about that when you came over to the league? And
yeah, I got to the league in '86. High school buddy told me about the Mexican League, the Benito Juárez League.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, all right, try it out. And, first year wasn't all that. It was with the Cardinals. And a guy named Manny Madrano was the one that got me in. So after that, next thing I know, I met this guy named Hector Gutierrez.
Yeah.
They called him Caravina. And you know what? It's good that you're doing what you're doing because Caravina was the innovator of the Benito Juárez League. He was doing the same aspects in terms of getting the league where it was at that time. We had 16 teams, and I like what you're doing because that's the way Caravina saw it. His vision was to get this league into one of the promising leagues and dominant leagues, which he did for a while. And it looks like you're doing the same thing with the sponsors.
I actually got to meet him.
Okay.
Someone introduced me to him last year during the season. He was at one of the games. And I sat down and talked to him for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and
good
he was
man.
telling me everything he did.
Yeah.
And, the sponsors and all the stuff he did. And I was like, man, that's kind of the vision that I have.
Yeah.
So, and he was like, it's doable. You got to have the vision and the right mindset for it. So,
and so far it's so good. I mean, it looks with the podcast and, getting the league out there. And like I said, so I played with him for a year with the Gigantes, the Giants. They were part of 3 championship years. And then all of a sudden I transitioned to the Orioles. And like Joey said, that we became a powerhouse team of dynasty.
We had a lot of sub-championships.
Right. So I would say from the 90s, almost we ran the whole 90s in the Benito Juárez League. Probably like 8-9 year run. So, but it was a good run.
Yeah, I was young, but I remember. Yeah. I remember that team because I saw a lot of photos of that team. I ended up like knowing a lot of those players later on, like Gavin and all them.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I always wondered like how Gavin ended up in the league, but then somebody was telling me a story of how he was in the Skyscraper League and then they brought him over. And then they gave me a background on the Skyscraper League because I always used to hear the Skyscraper League, but I never knew what that was, like where it was from.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was cool hearing that.
That was the like we were talking before the show, the first wood bat league in the city.
Yeah.
Was the Skyscraper
League.
League.
And it was you had these guys and you had the younger guys with Apaches. I was Sergio and Adam Moore were part of that.
I remember hearing you guys played on TV. Like they would.
Oh yeah.
Games on TV.
So it was good competition and but yeah, I mean it's it was usually you guys in the clout, right, in the championship.
Right. It was like I played for Prairie Gravel. That was another team that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but most of those guys played.
Your brother.
Well, they were like national known. They were nationally ranked.
Yeah.
So they're a pretty good, team to play for and stuff like that.
How many championships do you think you won in Juarez, if you know off the top of your head?
9.
9?
Yeah, like I said, with the Orioles, was a
between
lot.
you guys 7 and 9, man, that's already a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think his team
and you guys
dominant though. I
Yeah.
mean, before the show again, we were talking. They had about 9 pro guys, ex-pro. So you take a team like that, just to put it in perspective, a team like that now, it's game over.
Yeah.
Aluminum bag.
And it was
Yeah, thank you.
bag.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Over.
so it was good. So, but it was, like I said, it was funny how you said we brought Gavin. I guess I played with the Giants, and the next when I left the Giants, I talked to Abraham. I think you know Abraham.
Mhm.
He was part of the coaching for the Orioles, and at the time it was ran by Artie and Abe, and they asked me to join them, and I did, and I brought Gavin with me to the Orioles, and then he was part of the dynasty run, and then we brought Mike Reevy, and then Jake Serrato came, and then Gabe Martinez came, and the rest is history. So
Yeah, I was trying to get Jake to come on the show, but I think he's just been busy. So
yeah, he does
I'm
a lot
hoping-
of.
I'm hoping one of these days I can get a handful of those guys too back on here.
Yeah.
Those are guys that deserve recognition also.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
they-
like I said, I know you talked to Victor Martinez. Victor Martinez, an innovator too.
Yeah.
Also, like I said, Juan Ayala, the brothers. What was talking? They were the brothers for Roletos.
Oh, you mean Mauricio
Maurice
and
and
Gustavo
Gustavo
Martinez.
Martinez.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the
them,
pitchers
Hector
are
Gonzalez,
Zayas
so
brothers,
many
the
other
Zayas
guys.
brothers. There was a lot of
yeah.
guys, but in due time,
Yeah.
like I said,
Yeah, you need to put these guys on the show.
Yeah.
they'll eventually, like I said, the Roletos were a good team that we always had a face, and they're always competitive.
Sorry, I'm looking at the comments, guys, because
Yeah.
but no, guys are just in here saying Gavin was a stud, swung a 36-inch bat.
Yeah. Oh, he did. Yeah.
Yeah,
We wonder
Mike
what-
Durstad is in here. He's like, yeah, the TPX bat.
YTPX.
You're right.
Yeah. Orlando, what about you? When did you end up joining the Juárez League?
So I was at Washington with San Agustin for a few years. I don't know what year we came over. So we won. The last year was 14. So like 2010 we went over there,
Something like that.
2009, somewhere around
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
So the way we got a hold of the Juárez was Washington and Juárez used to do interleague.
Okay.
Oh, that's strange.
So San Agustin dominated Washington Park.
Yeah.
I have a cousin, my Richie Marrero, who started with them.
Mhm.
And then he would always talk about, like the Ivan or these guys.
Oh,
Well, they
dude.
kind of knew me because I've known Joe. Joe played softball at Humboldt.
Yeah.
So Joe didn't play on Sundays, but he played in a night league. So Ivan Torres, him, played with Viejo Cintrón. So they knew about me.
Right.
But they didn't know like baseball. They just knew, he's,
Softball, yeah.
So Richie will tell these guys like, yo, you got to wait till you see this guy coming over. Da-da-da. So we went to Washington. I went to Washington with them. And that's when the interleague was going on.
That was the first time there was an early.
Yeah, it was fun, man. And just seeing these guys.
When we face each other, bro,
yeah.
tell them.
It was the vibe.
There's like what? I mean, I'm not exaggerating. He'll tell you,
Yeah.
500 people at the
Yeah.
park.
Who's that? When you were with
We
who?
played
La
La
Barca,
Barca and
yeah.
San Agustin.
I actually saw a video San Agustin posted. They have 2 videos of their 2 championships from
Yeah,
14 and then the one before that. And it was against La Barca.
Okay.
And man, I was looking in the background and the field, the park was like filled with people.
And
was
that
like,
was filled on that video.
Yeah.
But the interleague play, when I first started playing, I was like, what is this? And where do these people come from?
yeah.
And they're like, man, the Juárez. And Chepe was diehard.
Yeah,
He
Chepe.
can speak on
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Chepe was
Awesome
diehard
dude.
Washington Park.
Yeah.
These guys are like, we don't want to leave.
Right.
We live close to it. And then little by little, one more year, I was like, I'm giving you one more year. If you don't go to the Juárez,
Yeah.
and you could ask Joe, like I was like,
You wanted to compete,
yeah,
man.
man, we
Yeah.
were top notch. We were still
Yeah.
real good. And I was like, man, we're kind of running through everybody in this league, give or take. The last year we played at Washington, we ended up losing to the Barons. But I was like, man, I want to go over there, man. And we just ended up in the Juárez. We lost the first year, then we won the second year. And it was aluminum bat. It was just like, Washington Park was fun, and it's La Porra, man. La Porra makes everything.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older and all that, you see all these guys that stick around, and you be like, you appreciate them so much more to when you're playing, because it's like, hey, get away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to lock in.
Yeah.
And now it's like, hey, come here and talk to me, bro.
Right?
It's such a difference, and that's what I wanted, man. And man, when we saw La Valca, the first time I threw against La Valca, I saw that team, and I'm like,
They're legit.
There's nothing
They're
like
legit.
this in the Washington Park.
They're
Like,
legit. Yeah.
You know, and not to knock Washington Park, I loved it. They always had 2 divisions. They always had 15 teams. Back then, it was every league, you know, had more than 5, 6 teams. Not, you know, and that's how we ended up over there, man. I begged Chepe. I was like, "Come on, Chepe, I want to go over there, man, with the big boys, you know." And then I knew all these guys. So like, I have an older brother named Ozzy, Baby or whatever you want, Munoz. So I always heard about like Prairie. Like Prairie ended up getting bought out, but I technically worked for Prairie Gravel. So I knew, like, Jacobs know me. He's known me since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Prairie played at the Skyscraper. So going to the Skyscraper, you would just sit in the stands and just be like, this guy's playing, baseball, this is regular amateur baseball. Like, you know? So I always had that. So when I hit of age, I was like, I want to play against those guys. You know, unfortunately, the Orioles were like, I think I was like 2-3 years away from them when they dismantled and all that. So I didn't get to play against them or nothing. But like, I played with him in Arizona. I've been to Puerto Rico with Joe. Like, it's awesome, man, just to see that. And, you know, what you're doing, trying to get us, you know, it's kind of a different generation. And I'm not that much younger or, you know, older than the guys that are now. But it's like, you kind of need somebody like you to glue it back together. 100%. What you're doing right now and showing these kids, man, it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of plans. There's a lot of things in the works still. Like, you know, it's funny because, you know, people always ask me about, like, you know, when I took over the league, I honestly didn't want to. But at the end of the day, nobody wanted the position. And, you know, I started playing at Juárez in 2005 when I was a sophomore in high school. And I was like, I've been here too long to just let that go. Like, I'm like, it's going to take work. And I told everybody, it's going to take work. It's going to take a vision, dedication. It's going to take time. That's the big thing. Like, we're not going to do this in 1 year, 2 years.
And if you go with that mindset of trying to make everybody happy, it's not going to happen.
No.
You're always going to get your 1 or 2 teams that are just like, hey.
Unfortunately, you got to step on someone's toes and they're not going to like it.
You're driving a long way. You're driving a long way, man. He's
Aurora, man.
That is.
And don't they have like 2 leagues?
Tell Sergio, man. Tell Sergio.
I mean,
I'm there 7 in the morning,
you have to
fixing the
respect
field
that,
before everybody gets there.
That's dedication.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's love, man.
I mean, my wife hates it, but but I love the game, though.
I think all our wives hated it at one time. You know? You know.
Yeah, but it's crazy what we do when we love a sport or we love what, you know, because it's benefiting more than just me. It's benefiting everybody else. That's the main thing. But yeah, no, I like I said, I took over and I was like, man, it's going to take time. Like, we're not going to do this overnight. So, you know, started slowly making changes here. Then I brought back like the interleague stuff. Then we started doing interleague all-star tournaments with like Muy Flores and then like some other leagues around. And then last year we did our all-star tournament. It was us, CNBA, Muy Flores, and Joliet. And we did regular interleague play all year with them, all 4 leagues.
Wow. That's pretty
good.
Good.
Like, awesome. This year it's going to be close to the same, maybe a little more. But yeah, no, I think with this generation of baseball, I feel like you have to expand a little more other than just playing at Petrowski. Like, it's going to be like guys want to travel or play against other leagues because they want to compete or at least see what level of competition they're at. And I think that just brings out the fire in everybody because when you find out you're playing another league, you're like, all right, we got to lock in. We got to go.
It's so much easier now with technology, social media. Like, when I first started, that's how it was. I think it was Rockford, Milwaukee, Chicago. You used to go and you'd change Aurora and you would change towns every year. So they would host a tournament. You would drive out to them and then, all right, it was in Milwaukee this year. Now you go to Aurora. The following year you keep. That's how I was introduced a lot to these guys. Like Milwaukee's no joke, man. There's some guys up there. Shout out Felix Santiago. Man, those guys ball.
A bunch of Dominicans over there, man.
That's actually it's funny you brought that up. That's actually one of the things we're doing this year. So I got in contact with Latino League in Indianapolis. So Juárez this year is actually going to Indianapolis to play against them. Cool. But they're trying to turn it into a tournament. So they're inviting like 2 other leagues and we're all going to meet over there. But the cool thing is, like what you said, our goal right now when we discussed it is every year it's going to change. So like Indianapolis got home field advantage right now. Next year it's going to be someone else, and then next year it'll be someone else, and then we'll just rotate. And it's funny you mentioned that because that's exactly what the plan is.
I remember. I think the last year I played, we went to Milwaukee. We went up to Milwaukee and we played, and it's cool, man. Like, you know, you get guys at 7 a.m. and you're like, hey, bro, let's get some breakfast, grab some beer, and let's hit the road, man. You know,
how many games a season are you planning on having? Like how many games per season?
So right now we're like in 1920.
19, okay.
That's regular season.
Hmm.
And then obviously you go into playoffs, but yeah, we typically every year we've been like 1920.
Okay.
Yeah. And then obviously we leave 1 week on the back end in case like there's a rain out or something,
weather, yeah.
or like a need to play game.
Gotcha.
And then we'll throw that on the back end. But yeah, like this year, I mean, we're going to play our regular interleague. We're going to have 19-20 games. Then we're doing a tournament with Indianapolis. Then we're going to be doing a tournament, the one the Blue Islands hosting. So that's like 6 leagues.
Okay.
All from Chicago, and then one from Texas that's coming down. And then the plan is Labor Day weekend. Our league is going to have their own all-star game. So we're going to be I just scheduled it. We're going to play at Benedictine. So
that's a nice field.
We're going to take the
closer
teams
to you,
over.
right?
Yeah, closer to me.
It's a nice field. It's a good field.
But then again, we're playing interleague with like Moy Flores still. We're going to do some games with Blue Island, CNBA, and Aurora. So we're going to be right by my house. I was like, hey, bro,
those games going to count towards record and all that?
Yeah.
That's
that's nice. Yeah.
Because I remember waking up and be like, we're going to play interleague. Like,
it
doesn't count, right? Yeah.
Like, you don't want to go out there and throw and be like, we won. You know? Yeah.
No, I think last year was the first time we did it where we actually, the teams like traveled and visited each other.
Yeah.
So we had those leagues come, and then we went to go see, their home fields. For the most part, everybody liked it because they got to go out and experience being on somebody else's field.
Well, you get to see the different talent too. Like that's one of the biggest things I always enjoyed about going. Like I traveled to Arizona with him, and I saw him, and you just see these guys from different states. You're like, hey, remember that guy? You just, and then you see them 2-3 years down the line.
Then they remember you.
That's such a great. That's one of my best experiences as far as that. Like going to Florida, going to Puerto Rico, going to AZ, and 10 years later, I went to Puerto Rico to go play in a tournament. And the guy's like, hey, I remember you, man. You were on the Knights. You were,
that other team.
Yeah. You start. It's crazy how I feel like the baseball community it's big, but then when you start going to tournaments, you start seeing all the same guys.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, oh, I know that guy. Or you're like, man, that dude's a stud. Like I've seen him play somewhere else. So I mean, ultimately that's the goal. That's what we're trying to do here is like revamp everything, and then. At the end of the year, November, we're the league in Texas that's coming down for that one tournament. They're hosting a tournament in November, so I'm taking the team down there.
Where
from
in
Juárez,
Texas?
Houston, I believe.
Okay.
Wow,
nice. Warmer. Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, we'll go down there. That league looks legit too. So I'm like, there's gonna be some competition.
And that's
I've seen some videos of
is that 18 and over? Is that 18 over?
Yeah, I've seen some. There's a lot of
down there, man.
guys.
Play year round, so
it's like Florida.
A lot of those release guys, man, they stay in their warm weather. They don't
come
up
here.
They don't come up here, brother.
They're not idiots.
Like I'm gonna stay out. I'm gonna stay over and stay warm. But like going back to like your experiences. Obviously, you guys got to play during like the heyday of Juárez, especially Henry. You were with the Orioles, and I remember like I don't think anyone's ever touched that yet with that many championships the Orioles had. I think that's the one team that everybody talks about is like the Orioles dynasty. They were good. They won, all these championships. No one's ever been able to reach that, which it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we had this guy named Schulte that he didn't lose one game in the Mexican League for 3 years. He did not lose one game.
Wow.
And I think that's that's an accomplishment for him to come, and everyone knew, okay, we're not going to win this game, but he was one. And then you had Chris Nolan and another good baseball player who came to University of Florida.
Guy I remember from the Orioles, and I happened to be around when he was still playing, Ricky Angel.
Oh yeah.
I remember him because I remember somebody was like, I think he had played pro ball
with Texas,
and he was like a shorter, stocky dude. But man, when I saw him hit the ball for the very first time, when I saw him hit, I was like, damn, how did he generate that much power, man? Like
I saw him in college because he went to Triton with my brother.
Yeah.
So he played center field at Triton.
Yeah, he was good.
He's outfielder,
Yeah, he was outfielder. And he played once in a while infielder when we needed to. So.
You're just an athlete, man.
Yeah, he was a real good athlete, you know.
Is there any, I mean, the question goes to the three of you guys. Is there any experiences or any game in particular or situation that sticks with you that you still remember that stuck out like during the whole time you played at Juárez? Or is there more than one? But what's your favorite one?
Every single La Valca.
Wow. No, you know what? Actually, going back to the story that he talks, I'll give you a story about Schulte.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the last year, maybe the 06, maybe. Again, we had a bunch of second place finishes because of them. So it was. I remember it was championship game. We beat the Orioles in the first game, so we went up 1-0. We had Mike Jernstad pitching for us.
Oh yeah.
And I remember, we're hyped, man. We're younger, we won. Going to the bathroom and in the field house, and Hipolito.
Yeah,
Hippo was there, and he was he's like, good game, Joey. And I was like, good game, people. He's like, para next game, el siguiente juego, he's like, va a ser diferente. So, all right, cool, let's bring it, right? Whatever, So I remember vividly because I was playing center field. Runner on base, I don't remember, 1 or 2 runners on base. Hippo's I think he was hitting after Jake.
Up, yeah.
Maybe after Jake,
yeah.
I think. And comes up, bro, and I remember Joe Floric was pitching for us. First pitch, fastball, bro. Hippo, and we're putting the South Diamond. Hippo hit on think about this, one bounced it to the other, the Pee Wee field.
Yeah, the
one bounced it. I ran because back then, that game, I don't know, we did not have fences.
We didn't have fences.
I ran and I hustled my ass off all the way to get the ball. And Hippo's a big dude, bro. Hippo was like by third base already. And I remember they beat us that game. And Schulte came the following week because it was a best of 3.
Yeah.
Schultz came the following week. Game over, bro. We did not score.
It was hard.
It was hard.
No,
what about you,
for
Henry?
me, it was a lot of good memories. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think the first championship with the Orioles, because it was something that I brought to the team, and I promised Abe and Artie that they were going to win a championship if I came, and I kind of like said, hey, you know what, you bring these guys, we can do this. And then from that point on, I said it's the first championship. It was big for us. It set the standard after that. So I said our first championship with the Orioles was my highlight. Yeah.
That's sweet. What about you? Other than the La Barca games, I mean,
there are always good games though. Shit.
Dude,
I see Mark. Sorry, I mean, I see Mike Durstans in there. Said the first game that you were talking about. He said 21 Ks.
See, yeah,
in game 1.
Yep, nice. 21 Ks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll never
the
forget
Pirates.
that.
We got Pirates. I got Pirates game going at them.
Yeah.
Against La Valca. Aztecs were around for the first couple of years I was there. And just I've kind of done it on both sides. So I pitched to win championships, and then the first year we won with San Agustin, I was catching. I've never, just kind of hey, Pitaya was kind of the man on the team, and I played short, and then we ended up getting Zoe. I don't know if you guys know Zoe.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I can hit. They're like, well, where we're going to put you? And I was like, man, if you can get guys, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So I ended up catching one championship, pitching. It's fun, man.
I actually had a buddy of mine that lived with me and went to high school in Bolingbrook. And I remember I brought him over. He was a pitcher. He was a shortstop, but he pitched. And I remember I brought him to the Juárez League, and then he was there with us 1 year with the Cardinals, and then he year 2, he's like, hey, I'm going with San Agustin. And then he went, and I think that year he won the championship with them.
Okay.
Yeah. Nate Hallinan, he's a white boy.
Oh, yeah, he was our closer.
I remember that dude.
Guy.
Yeah,
we actually took him from the Angels.
Yeah, remember that?
Oh, yeah. The Angels with Adam and them.
Yeah, that was when I was with the Angels too.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I remember facing him. Well, the Angels was using him as a starter.
Yeah.
He would mow us down 4 or 5 innings, and then finally we would just catch up to him.
Yeah.
And I would look at Ivan like, we need to get that guy. I'll get to the 8th and be like, here you go, buddy. And he ended up closing every Sunday for us.
Really?
That's all he did. That's all he did. He would come in and just throw lights out. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, I remember in high school when he was pitching in Bolingbrook, man. Even at a young age, I think at like 11, 12, he was already doing like 65.
Yeah.
And
he's a little guy. He wasn't a big
little guy, yeah.
But
Yeah.
his fastball had a lot of run on it.
Yeah.
And it would catch you. You would see it, and then even if you were like warming up with him, it was just one of those guys that when you threw, you saw the ball, but then all of a sudden the ball like caught you, and you're like, damn.
Oh yeah, they giddy up, man.
Yeah,
you can't teach
giddy
giddy up.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
But no, just to piggyback off of that, man, it was
Mhm.
a lot of great memories in the Juárez.
Oh yeah, like I said, 1-2. I go back is my one loss. I had a loss, and it was like we were trying to 4P with the Giants,
Mm-hmm.
and then we up and coming young team called the Roletos come, and like I said, they knocked us out in the championship in Game 7, and it was I pitched that game, and we lost 1-0, and we lost. The guy threw a no-hitter against us.
Who was
Oh,
that?
I'm trying to remember his name.
Was
But
Mo was on the team, right?
Yeah, Mo,
Mo,
Gus,
yeah.
and even Jake was on that team.
Okay.
And he no-hit us. And we lost 1-0. He had 14 Ks. I had 17, and they no-hit us. And that's how they beat us.
Yeah, those 1-0 losses, especially in the playoffs, you're like,
Yeah.
man, if
But
we
he
would,
was
like, you
dealing.
start thinking about it already.
1-0
yeah.
aluminum bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
It's
Insane.
insane.
And like I said,
It's insane.
I wish that. I mean,
That
like,
is-
and he no-hit us. I don't think we got hit, and we had a good team. And like I said, we were trying to 4P it,
Mhm.
and I don't know if it was no, it wasn't Juan Ayala. That wasn't his name, but it was he just came in and just got us.
Yeah.
And we were like,
Is there one guy or one person in particular that you guys loved facing or like playing against, and just like you guys would probably just go at it like we're locked in, let's go? Because I know with me it was more like anytime I faced somebody who I was like a friend, like I was really close with. I remember like Nate, the first time he was with San Agustin and I got to bat against. I hadn't played against him in a long time, and I was like, I go up to hit and I'm like, he's gonna throw this shit right at me. I already know he is. And then sure enough, he fastball right at me, like to move me off the plate. And then he's like, get off the plate. And then we just started jabbering back and forth. And then I remember that at bat, I ended up getting on base. I swung and the ball tipped the corner edge of the bat and just swiveled like a bunt. And I ended up getting it first, and then he just looked at me. He's like, "Man, that doesn't even count." Like that's
You're at first like that's a hit.
yeah. Check that down.
10 years from now, that's
I'm
a base
like,
hit.
check that down.
For me, just man, like there was times where I would show up to La Valca game, and I kind of knew they had that vibe from us, from San Agustin, and I would see Jernstein warm it up, and it would just be like, "Yeah, it's go time." Like, you got to come, big boy. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, people would always ask me like, how would you get hyped for games? And you just look across the field and you kind of see who was warming up, who was
Like,
taking it
who's ready.
serious. Yeah, like
who's sitting down and who's locked in.
yeah, like just years later, it'd be like, dude, like Joe's known me since I was a kid, bro. And I would show up to the park, get my 3 at bats, or my 3 outs, and play defense. And I had to go to Humboldt because I played softball.
Yeah.
But when we had big games, and I would just look over there and be like, man, who's throwing? Who's throwing? And I would see Mike warming up, and I'd be like, Chepe. Things like that, man. And it's now with age and all that, like a lot of that stuff when I was there, it was a lot of personal stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And people like Jesse got to know me. And Jesse's like, dude, you're nothing. I was like, but I'm the little one. Like these guys know me since I was like 8.
Yeah.
So like I saw Ricky Angel. Like he ate at my house. Like, he saw me. He knows my brothers. Jacob Serrato I've known since I was a kid. Those are the guys that I saw playing. And they didn't come to mess around, bro.
No, they came to win.
They showed up, and hey, we're not here just this ain't recrecreational. Now everybody, unfortunately, they're like, oh man, I'm just here for a good time to go. I'm like, you said what?
Well, right.
And I joke all the time, and my wife be like, it's not the same no more. And I'd be like, the day this becomes just fun for me is the day that I show up to anywhere that I'm playing at, or like Humboldt or like the Juárez. I show up and I'd be like, oh, here's my cooler. I watch a couple innings. That's fun to me.
Yeah.
Putting on a uniform, man. I'm waking up earlier than before I go to work, and it's funny. I used to work for Chepe,
Yeah.
So there was Mondays where I'm like, hey, bro, like I can't make it. I'll be there a little late, bro. Guys will look at me and be like, dude, why you so? And I'm like, bro, I worked for this man. Like, he's feeding my kids, like, and La Porra back in the day, man. those bets were insane.
Oh yeah.
Insane. I was going home sometimes. The day I beat these guys, I went home with like 1,500 cash, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm just in my pockets like, damn, that's another $100. You know, so when I got my first taste of that against them, and I went home with 1,500 cash, I'm like,
I like this, right?
Yeah, like, what? This is it. We're going to Juárez. I was like, you know, and it's and the porra, man. I mean, I'm sure they played with porra, man. You've been around porra.
Yeah.
It's fun, man, and I'm glad you're bringing it back that way.
Yeah.
Because even towards the end, you know, the last year I played with San Agustin, I kind of showed up here and there, and it was just like, I'm like, this is Nuevo León against San Agustin, and there's 4 people in the stands. It's like, kind of takes away from, you know, the whole
thrill.
thing.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, I think we saw a big turnaround last year. Last year was when we started to notice the change, where a lot more people were showing up at the park. And then obviously with San Agustin, they come with a big crowd. It's not like 4 people.
No.
That whole side is filled with
It's the
people.
tío, la tía, las primas.
They had a whole event. They had food. They had everybody showed up. I mean, you gotta give it to that team, man. They show up.
They come
those
stacked,
people who come like wanting. The fans want the team to win. They're they're like.
Well, Monca, and all, he's known all these guys for years, you know.
Yeah.
The guy is he still out there selling tacos?
Who?
He sells
Monca?
tacos by my parents' house on 19th. I
But
believe so.
he doesn't go to Benito no more?
Does he?
No.
Petrosky?
So we have
Petrosky?
Chewy. Chewy's
Chewy, that's him.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Monca.
He's
That's his
still
other
there.
nickname.
Yeah.
AKA Monca.
Same guy.
Yeah, same
Same
guy.
guy.
That's same guy. He's still there, I guess. Yeah.
Hey man,
That's awesome to hear.
Chewy's there. So I get there every Sunday. I'm there like 7:30, right? Fixing the field. Chewy's already there, setting up.
Damn.
Yeah.
And he's like ready to go. Like he's like, hey, he feeds me in the morning. That's my breakfast. He's
Yeah.
like,
Dude, I
"Hey,
remember like guys from like San Agustin, like Tractor and Osvaldo and all these guys, like guys will come and like try to sell on bikes, coolers and stuff. And these guys be like, hey, bro, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? They're like, no, I'm cheaper. They'd be like, bro, if you don't get out of here, we're gonna hang you, bro. This is Monca's territory, bro. You know, it was intense, dude.
Yeah. Now Chewy's still there, and then Edwina, she's there. She goes around the park, does her thing. So like those are the 2 locked in. Those are the rotations right there. Like we don't mess. Anybody else who comes in immediately, like the park supervisor is like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, beat it.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no. I mean, we saw the full transition happen last year with the change with LaBarca coming back. I think we're going to see more of a transition. You know, that rivalry alone is gonna build. I think
the old farts.
So it's gonna be fun, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting seeing those 2 teams go at it again.
I think it's definitely gonna be a different vibe, though. Like, people gonna see me and Jesse talking and be like,
the hell?
"What the hell?"
Yeah.
is going on over
You
here?"
never see that back in the day.
No.
You know, we might talk like outside, but during like we, you know, it was like, you know, he was kick my ass, I would kick his ass. You know, it was like, you know,
No,
competitive.
you competed, man. You competed.
Yeah.
You're like, stay away from me. You don't even talk to me.
Right now, it's like business right now.
I would show up to the games against them, especially. I would see Joe off his little 1-knee tee.
Let's go.
I'm like, oh,
it's go time.
And honestly, that's what literally used to give me butterflies in my stomach and be like,
it's go time.
Let's go. He thinks he's getting ready now. And men's league, man. I wish I would have had the opportunity to play men's league a little younger, because it literally taught me how to pitch.
Yeah.
Like I set low 90s, topped out 94, changeup. I was a 2-pitch guy. I got the men's league. These guys were blasting me. Yeah. And I'm like, ooh, you know, he's one of the reasons why I developed the slider. Because I would get him 2 strikes and my out pitch was this, and he would just and laugh at me. I'll see another one. And I would throw him another better changeup, and he would just foul it off. And I was like, you know, you got to learn something else, you know, and it's
change
just,
it up.
Yeah, man. Honestly, men's league taught me a lot, man. Like how to pitch, especially going into it with aluminum bat.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, fastball up, 0-2, you better get it up. If not, Gavin's sitting you. He catches up the fastball up there.
So Gavin played with the Cardinals for a while, and I remember watching that. I mean, I learned a lot from these guys: Fernando, Gavin, Mo. Man, there's names. There's just a bunch of names that you just keep going. Mario.
Shout out, man. My guys too, man.
Man, I just remember I loved watching Gavin. The game wouldn't even start yet, and Gavin sit up against the fence, like where you would practice swing, and he would just watch the pitcher like throwing, and he'd just be like, "Man, don't throw that shit to me! Don't throw that shit to me!"
Yeah.
He used to talk a lot. He was good.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
backed it up though.
He backed it up.
He backed it up.
Yeah.
But
He backed it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
was
sure
up.
backed it up.
Yeah, no, it was a good experience seeing those guys. I learned a lot from all those guys, man. Like like I said, when I came, I was still young. I was a sophomore in high school, and I was learning the game the right way with those guys around.
Yeah.
That's honestly how I with Mario.
Oh yeah.
Mario would teach me so much.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, and Mo,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
they would be like, "Hey, come here, let me show you." And then we'd take grounders. Man, you don't see that no more.
Mauricio, right?
Yeah, Mauricio. Yeah,
You know, to your point, like that, honestly, like there's a few guys that like I consider like mentors. Yeah, because when I was like young, I would always ask questions.
yeah.
I was never afraid to ask. Like with Hector Gonzalez,
Yeah.
like coming up with the Charros, bro. I mean, here and there, I still message him. Man, like he was lefty, so I'm always like, and he was a stud, bro. So I was like, what do you do this? Mo Martinez, Gus, like with the Orioles. Ricky Angel and Chris Nolan were always down a long toss.
Yeah.
And back in the day, I was like, Gabe too. Gabe was a lefty. So many people. I think and now it's like I still talk like Jake too. Jake and I. There's some stories, man. Like when we were with La Barca and we had that rivalry with San Jose, bro. We'd go to Harrison Park January, winter to go work out. Literally, we clean up like this is Jake, bro. We clean up the snow and we do our we do our thing there. It's crazy. It's like all these guys. It's just like I miss all these guys, man. I miss them and but like they helped me a lot, man.
Yeah.
It's a different time.
Different times,
And
yeah.
great. All those names you mentioned, better people, man.
Yeah, better people.
The
Thank
sport,
you.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
sport was great.
Yes.
To introduce me to them, but just great, man. I remember that year with the Aztecs. We ended up losing in Puerto Rico, but being on
bro,
that group
remember?
with all those guys,
How fun was that?
man.
we got
it
some
was
stories.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
You
We'll
know,
keep it
Gus,
PG right now,
Mo,
but
Yeah. Just in case the kids are watching.
yeah.
Orlando, bro. If you were to see him walking down the street, you'd be
Yeah.
like, this dude's huge.
Yeah.
He's a teddy bear, bro.
Yeah.
Mo,
Yeah.
all those guys, man,
Yeah.
they're great,
Yeah.
just great dudes,
Yeah.
man. That the sport,
That's what made it better.
Pirates.
yeah.
I don't want to leave out the Pirates. Had a really good team too, and they had a lot of good guys.
Ray
man, them white
Castro.
boys could
Yeah.
hit, boy.
Yeah.
All them white boys, bro.
Ray,
Scotty
Dreddy.
Green, they were all gamers.
Yeah.
Dreddy,
Yeah.
man, them dudes, they could.
Yeah.
That was my first actual dose of men's league. Was I played in the MSBL with a team out of Hanson. The Mets were big, old Wolfie, Pumpkin, all those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a team,
Okay.
and they were like, "Man, you're pitching." I was like, "Yeah, I'll come out. I'll throw." The Alvarado brothers. So I come out. So we hang out Friday night. I'm just. We wake up. MSBL plays Saturday like at 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
Sitting low 90. I'm like, man, these dudes ain't touching me, bro. Boom, boom, boom. I get lit up by the Cicero Pirates and where Morton used to play.
Morton.
Yeah.
Dude, the guy hit the house. The other guy hit the other one. And I'm just,
They had the forest.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I'm just like,
Oh, that
holy
gravel,
cow.
that park that was
Yeah.
like down a gravel
Yeah,
road.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn, bro, this is mentally like that was my first dose. Was the Cicero Pirates?
Yeah.
Ray's hitting me like,
Yeah.
damn.
Ray was a good
Yeah,
hitter.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Still is, man.
But being like
Yeah.
shocked, like,
Yeah, you're-
like, damn, bro,
Right.
these dudes, like, I gotta come
You're
with
like,
it.
"Ah,
Like,
yeah, I ain't gonna drink that before."
I gotta run my foul poles.
Yeah.
That's why Jesse made that joke because I was like, I ain't coming to the Juárez getting embarrassed, man.
Yeah.
You know, I always tell jokes and stuff, man, because you know how it was. You'd warm up down the foul line, la porra come, and I'd be like, bet the mortgage. I feel good today. You know? Yeah, like it'd be. I miss those days, man. Unfortunately, with time it goes away.
Things change, and
I really didn't take care of my body the way I should have and stuff like that. I used to throw two. I would go to Aurora pitch 7, go to Juárez pitch 7. You know, and everybody always tell me guys like him would be like, "Hey, bro,
Yeah.
And to be honest, there's a lot of guys who are doing that now.
Oh yeah.
Really?
And,
But
and-
you know what?
And we've been telling them like, hey, watch yourself because you're throwing a lot right now because you're feeling good.
But they're
because-
making money.
But
Well,
yeah,
that's what threw me off.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I mean,
I would go back and forth.
Money
but-
talks.
money
Unfortunately.
talk,
Yeah.
you know.
You know,
Throw
I
a
mean,
few Advil, you're
Yeah.
good.
I tell
Cortisone
somebody,
shot.
I tell some of these kids, and I'm like, dude, I play short, bro. Like I was a shortstop.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? You? And I'm like,
Show
yeah,
pictures.
Bro.
Show
I'm like, I used to go 9, bro. I wasn't looking for no help in the six.
Right? Exactly.
Now I'm like, hey, bro.
90-degree weather when it's like 90.
Yeah.
I'm like, get somebody up.
All right, so we're close to wrapping this up. Is there anything left? Anybody you guys you want to shout out? Anything you want to say before we close it out?
I'm always San Agustin, man. Appreciate everything those guys ever done for me. Joe was a part of that, man. Those guys always treated me since I've known Ivan, the Torres brothers, Batman. Shout out Batman, Chepe.
Cool.
Love you guys, man. I wouldn't be sitting here right now if it wasn't for you guys taking a chance on me, man. Thank you, man. And I'll do my best to represent San Agustin this year in the Juárez again.
Nice. No, like I said, just recap, you know, if it wasn't for the Orioles being what they were, and like I said, Garavina doing what he had to do for the league itself in the beginning with the Giants and getting sponsors like you are now. And, you know, like I said, I just shout out to all those guys like Mo Martinez, you know, Gus Martinez.
Good guys, man.
Yeah, you know, and, you know, Juan Ayala, Hector Gonzalez, the Victor Martinez. The list can go on and on. But like I said, you know.
By you, Joe.
Yeah, same. You know, a lot of the guys that they mentioned already, but I'm excited to be back, man. Like my dad still goes every Sunday.
Yeah, your dad's
so
there.
my dad's there, and just to be, you know, obviously I'm much older now, and you know, I mean, the fact that I'm excited to bring my kid with me.
Yeah.
And you know, for him to see me and my dad to be there and just hang out, man. Again, and be at the park, and you know, no matter what, after the game, we want to compete, and after the game, you know, hang out, right?
Yeah, that's what it's all about now, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. But no, like I said when we first started, I appreciate you guys being on. I'm looking forward to other guys I can bring on here. There's a lot of names, a lot of guys that I think that deserve the recognition to be on here.
Yeah.
So we'll see where we go with that, but we'll call it a wrap. Appreciate everybody for watching. Thanks for watching this episode, and we'll be back for episode 4.
Shout out to my wife. Thank you, babe. Serge, what